You're listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. Hi, I'm Francine.
And I'm Carrie.
We're two best friends who can't stop talking, usually about Disney stuff.
Sometimes we have fascinating guests, and sometimes it's just us, but it's always positive and fun.
We're happy to have you join our chat. Thanks for listening, and let's get started. Hi, Carrie.
Oh, pal.
I feel it. What should I be saying? It's time to play the music.
Yes, exactly. You are a Muppet fan.
Well, I feel like I've always been a Muppet fan, but I feel like I appreciate them so much more now that I'm older. Also, because it's not readily available everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Oh, it is now. It is now.
So how excited are you that we are finally... So I think it was on our bingo card or whatever that we were going to do a Muppet-themed episode. But this one doesn't really count because...
Oh, come on. What do you mean it doesn't count?
Well, because we have to do it because, of course, we had to give our thoughts and reviews about this Muppet Show that came out.
Yes, we do.
This is like all your Christmases at once. The actual Muppet Show came out.
The Muppet Show is back. Well, that's the thing. It's like, is it back?
Well,
it's one episode.
I know.
And I saw somebody refer to it. Maybe I was like Googling something about it, and they said it was a Muppet special.
Yes.
Like they referred to it as a special. Like, yes. So that means is it just once? Like, is it just one thing? Like, anyways, we can talk about it more as we get into the discussion about it. But I struggle a little bit with it. If this is it, like I kind of would be okay. Like, I think I would have been better off without it if there's not going to continue. If there's not going to be others, because that would be heartbreaking.
Agreed. So this is our episode all about the Muppet Show. And I actually saw the same thing, Carrie. It was actually AI when it summarized for me the Muppet Show. It said it was a 32-minute, and in quotes, they called it a backdoor pilot for a potential revival. Mm-hmm. So basically, they did this one episode. Just
calling it a special, whatever.
But I mean, that's AI. I don't know if it's true, but so they did this episode to gauge whether or not it was popular. Like, come on.
That seems like a lot of work, a lot of effort, and for just in case.
When you could have told them this all along.
Well, I think that the fans have wanted the Muppets back for a long time, and some of the Muppet stuff that has been done. Like I have enjoyed the Muppet movies that have come out in the the last so many years. Didn't necessarily I didn't mind the Disney Plus specials they had. I love the Electric Mayhem one. Absolutely,
oh my gosh,
love
that was
one.
Fabulous.
But the other ones before that, they were okay, but they didn't feel like the Muppets. Like they're trying to reinvent the Muppets when the Muppets didn't need to be reinvented. Like the Muppets need to be back on the Muppet Show. And they made a Muppet Show exactly the same, a half-hour episode in the same style, and it's amazing and perfect. Like that's what we needed. So instead of trying to make the Muppets relevant to today, they did have relevance in this episode in some of the skits,
right?
But it fit in the way that it's supposed to fit into the Muppet Show. It's not like. The one thing I kind of joked to myself was in the Muppet Show, the new episode, Scooter, he's back to being the stagehand or Kermit's assistant, whatever that official role is when you work in a theater. And it was so awesome to see him be in the role he needs to be in, instead of him being on some of those series, he was the webmaster. He was the social media manager. I get it. Maybe that's an equivalent type of job or whatever, but it just wasn't right. And one of my first joys watching it was seeing Scooter, however many seconds to curtain call, Miss Carpenter. That's what he's meant to do, and that's what he's supposed to do. And yeah, I didn't enjoy him in his other jobs he's had.
In his other roles?
Other roles on the Muppets, on the series that they that they put together on Disney Plus. So just little things like that made me happy for sure. So
The whole thing, like they did it right. They absolutely did it right. They recaptured the the feeling that you got watching the Muppets years ago. They
mhm.
really did.
They copied they I feel like they followed the format to a T.
They
It was
did.
exactly like they didn't cut any corners. Like I was thinking that maybe because it's a pilot, like I'm not gonna say it's a special episode or whatever. It's a if it's a pilot, like I thought
Yeah.
that they would, have some of the regular characters. Like I didn't expect like that they would have like everybody there. Like as Seth Rogen says, the canon. Like that guy's not in. He's not even Muppet canon. Like they had everybody. They had
Yes.
they had original Muppets. I kind of was hoping. Like I know that I think the fan. I guess it probably is good that it didn't happen. But I was kind of hoping at some point in the episode, like Mana would do something like just as
Okay,
like a
yeah.
complete throwback to like the original. Like I thought they'd have like the beat of the song or have them pop in somewhere or something, just kind of as a throwback, as that being the very first episode, like they were on it. I was hoping they would do that. But they had all of these original characters. Like I don't know where they come from, if they pull them out of the archive, if they're just hanging around, if they had to rebuild them or whatever they do. But they had all these amazing original characters, and they had in characters that are new since the Muppet Show. Like Bean Bunny was there, and
Yes.
Bean Bunny's not part of the Muppet Show. He came much later, right? So like some of the newer Muppets are in there. Like I don't even know if Pepe I don't think is part of the Muppets show either, right? Like so they have some of the newer characters that maybe newer generations have grown to love, or Muppet 3D fans. And then but then they've got all of the originals. Like the cast of Muppets was unbelievable. Like when I very first the very first thing for me, you're not even going to get a word in edgewise probably, and I'm sorry. The
And I know
very
I love it. I love it. This is everything Carrie could have asked for. So go
the
for it.
best the best thing, well, the first thing I noticed, like again, was the Scooter thing. When I saw Scooter, I was like, yes, this is what's supposed to happen. But they had like Wayne and Wanda, which is like the couple, like in the Muppet Show in like the early seasons, like they would they would be a singing duo. So like they'd be on the water in a boat singing "Row Row Row Your Boat," and by the time the song's over, they've like the boat has sunk. Like every song they sing turns into disaster. So like
Yeah.
Wayne and Wanda were first season, and Wayne and Wanda were that. That was the first thing I noticed. I was like, oh my goodness, I was so excited for that. That was just like, this is going to be good. Like they're bringing back all of these original characters just for the sake of them being in the background. Like just for the
Yes.
sake of them being back there. Like unbelievable. Just for them to fill the halls, the back way for Scooter to show Kermit all of the acts that he approved to be on that night. And then the next thing that got me was, I didn't notice it till the second time I watched it, was, or maybe the third time I watched it, was up at when the stairways coming down from the dressing rooms, there the Muppet cat, his name is Gaffer, and he was sitting there for like the whole show. And of
Yes.
course I love cats like nothing else. And like there's not very many Muppet cats at all. Like very few Muppet cats compared to other animals. And he was there the whole show. So when I saw, like, I was no joke, like I played it all day pretty much the day that it came out. And I was like putting away clothes in my bedroom, and I had it playing on my TV there. And I was just stopped inside and I was watching it, and like I gasped when I saw that
When
they
you
had
were
Gaffer.
because you didn't notice them right away.
I didn't notice
It
him at
was
first.
yeah.
And he's just sitting there the whole episode up on the like he did, like they pulled Gaffer out of the archive, and
Yeah.
they plopped him up there just to be there the whole time. It was the most amazing thing. So
So
yeah.
they definitely had parts that spoke to real Muppet fans.
Oh,
Like
definitely.
you are a true blue Muppet fan, have been your whole life. Like this is like the Muppets, and when they revive and they do specials like this, you always worry that are they going to get it right for the new generations they want to attract and the people that know and love the Muppets.
Mhm.
And they did you proud.
Like I think the way, like it just shows how great the original idea was, because I think they made it, you know, with having Sabrina Carpenter, like obviously younger people are going to know who she is and they're going to like that she's on it. But like I think it was funny. Like I think if a little kid was watching it, they were going to be giggling. Like they're going to be
Yes.
giggling and laughing, and adults can laugh at some of the adult, quips and humor, and then the kids are going to belly laugh because they think so much of it is silly. Like, are they going to know
Yes.
when Gonzo is flying past the screen, who uh the names are, he's yelling? No, but those kids are going to think it's funny as heck that he's like barreling through and like
Yes.
causing a disaster, right? So I think it was easily shown that it can adapt and be funny and not lose anything. Like I don't think that they really took anything away. Like I did see some people say some negative things about it, but like I keep thinking from myself, like I I saw somebody say, like, with the first skit with Sabrina Carpenter, one, even with the Islands in the Stream skit, like you could have taken Sabrina Carpenter out and put in any 1970s
Yes.
top like star,
Yes.
right? And it felt exactly the same. Like it had the same gags, it had the same, like the fact that when Sabrina Carpenter singing with the chickens, and at the very in the she's singing with the chickens, and is it it's Crazy Harry turns on the
The
fan
fan.
and
Yeah.
turns it on so that it's going full blast, and the chickens are naked by the time, right? Because all the wind is blown off the like. Of course, kids are gonna think that's hilarious, but like the Muppet fan in me, the fact when they went back to Sabrina Carpenter and her dress was now pure white and it was all decorated with chicken feathers, is
Yes.
like that's the Muppet touch. Like that's the Muppet Show touch. Like when they had a skit, like that's where they thought of everything, right? Like they could have just
Yeah.
had her there in the dress, like shrugging her shoulders, but they had her dress totally redone in chicken feathers. And she was like surprised that her dress was all covered in chicken feathers. Like that is how a Muppet skit ends. And they did it
Yes.
exactly the same way. So like those little things are the things that I notice, and I think I would not give it a negative review, because I think in true Muppet fashion, they've replicated it and made it relevant and kept it as funny as it was
And
back then,
fresh.
as it
Yeah.
is, and fresh. Yeah, like to me, it was, yeah, those little things what makes it awesome.
Yes. And
Beyond the fact that it's just funny.
it was funny. And it was one of those shows that you're just watching there. Like when you're not smiling or when you're not laughing, you're smiling because it's just a feel good show. And there was a little, like, I've seen a couple of things about maybe too adult humor, quote unquote, or whatever that they said, but that was the Muppets. And
Mm.
a 7-year-old is not going to understand that. Like the humor is, it just transcends all ages.
Mhm.
I think it was so well, it was very intelligently written that it encompassed everything for everyone.
Yeah, I think so. And I think the characters were exactly the way that they should be. Like they were all
Yes.
acting the way that they would act, and they've been that way through a lot of the Muppet stuff we've seen over the years. But like they all were who they were supposed to be. Like exactly. Like
Yes.
it was it was great. It was great. Like Miss Piggy, like she was
Oh my
perfect.
gosh.
Like absolutely
Piggy
perfect.
was absolutely perfect with the whole love your outfit. Yes, you're gonna have to change.
Exactly. Like that is so Miss Piggy. And 50 plus years old. Like, maybe she's evolved a little bit and her humor's a little bit different, or like she's who she is. And even like what the one thing with Kermit, like I even felt like how it closed, like that's the Kermit thing to do. Like, of course, Kermit closed the show that way because that's Kermit the Frog, right? Like that, of course, he's going to resolve this and have the exact answer to the
Of
problem, and he's
course.
going to figure it out because that's what Kermit does all the time, right? Like everything about everything about all of the characters, it was amazing. Like they did such a good job. Everybody like felt the way they should have felt. They said what they should have said. They reacted the way that they should have reacted. Um, it was excellent in that regard as well. Excellent in that regard. Yeah.
Yeah, there were so many great skits. And I have to say, like, it's one of those shows. It did it in the 70s and it does it now where it brings together the generations. So I was watching it because I like the Muppet Show and I like the Muppets. I have to be honest, as a, 50 plus year old woman, I have no idea who Sabrina Carpenter is.
Crazy.
Not a
I don't know
flipping
how you
clue.
don't know who Sabrina Carpenter is.
Not a clue. Because at first I'm like, I was like, this song that she's singing, I don't know how this kind of fits the Muppets
Her song.
because, well, I didn't know it was her song until I looked her up after the show. And then I'm like, oh my gosh. So, of course, now my social media is all full of, because I looked her up on Google. Now all I'm getting is videos of her singing this song. But I even saw a meme where it was, and I totally get it. And I sent it to my friend who's a DJ. And I'm like, it was this meme, and it was like, older people at the clubs these days are going to be walking up to the DJ saying, can you play Sabrina Carpenter with the Chickens backup version? Which is me. Like, now I know the song and I want to hear it with the Chickens as backup. It,
Yeah.
like, it was so good. And she was perfect. She really was perfect with
She
the,
was an excellent first guest. Absolutely.
yeah, she played
But
off them very well. Very well.
the one thing I worry, like, not even before I saw this, but well, yeah, before I saw this, the one thing that I worried about, and I guess I sort of worry about now, like if there is more episodes, like that when it comes to the guests, like I know I'm sure it's very expensive to have these guests on and to have their songs, especially if they change the words
Yeah.
in songs and who
Yeah.
depends on who wrote them and who produced them and who whatever. And like I know that getting music is probably very expensive in the performers, but I hope that if it moves forward that they choose the performers, based on what what's relevant or what makes the most sense to make a good Muppet Show, and not that they're just picking people that are tied to the ABC company or Disney, right? Because
Yes.
that's sort of what Disney has done with all of their stuff that they've done on Disney Plus, the things that have
Yeah.
happened, like the little shows, like it's always the same people
Yeah.
that are there, like because it's almost like it's people within the ABC family or whatever, the Disney, like it's always the same type of people. So
Yeah.
hopefully like they do it for the love of the Muppet Show and doing a really great show versus doing what they should do because
These are the same actors we prance
that
out at
like
everything.
they're gonna pick people that are in movies or whatever, like doing
Yeah.
things. They're picking people because they're under contract with Disney or part of the
Yeah.
official Disney family versus what's the best idea for the show, right? Like
Yes. I agree.
because in the past, like I don't know how it was back in the old days, but everybody was on the Muppet Show, right? Everybody
Everybody.
was on the Muppet Show, and maybe as the years went on, there was maybe bigger stars or whatever versus the early years, or maybe not. Like I wasn't a big fan of, like I didn't know who any of these people were in the 70s. Like I know a
Yeah.
lot. Like how do I know who Harry Belafonte is? Because it's a Muppet Show, right? Like that's probably where what why I loved him so much was because I saw him the first time on the Muppet Show. But hopefully that they pick, they have ideas and they think people will be great for the Muppet Show, and that's who they choose to be the guests versus it being the
The
regular
regulars that they bring
the
out for
regulars
everything.
that they always put on. Like they wouldn't do a good job, but like I think as a it's obvious. Like it's obvious from somebody that watches all of the Muppet stuff or whatever. Like what like it's always
Yes.
the same family of people, let's say. So hopefully
Yeah, that they bring in people that actually fit well with the Muppets versus you are ABC people, let's just inject you into the Muppets. Because
yeah.
that would kind of break the flow, right? Like she
Mhm.
was perfect for that. She played off them really, really well. And you're right. Like I don't want to see them just sort of, you know, transplant in the regulars that seem to come out for everything. Not to say that they wouldn't be fabulous.
Oh,
Like I'm
exactly. No,
sure,
for
like
sure.
Josh
Definitely.
Gad, John Stamos, like I'm sure they'd be fabulous, but would they be the best ones to throw in here? Um, maybe not. Like,
Yeah.
who would you love to see? Who would you love to see?
Oh, I haven't even really thought about that yet. I honestly, I don't even know. But yeah, I
There
don't
were a
know.
few people that said like Neil Patrick Harris. I think Neil Patrick,
Oh
I
my
know he's a
goodness,
Disney guy,
yes.
but wouldn't he be phenomenal?
Yes, he could throw back and do like Singing in the Rain. Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Like there
That
were
would be so good.
there were a lot of threads online, and someone posted one in my Facebook group, just saying like who would you want to see? And yeah, Neil Patrick Harris came out for sure. And um of course, I don't know who said Harrison Ford, but that might have been.
I don't think he's gonna go on the Muppet Show.
I don't think so. But someone like a Mark Hamill would be kind of funny. He's been on the Muppet Show before, right?
Yeah, he was on the Muppet Show. See, like I think, and that's the thing with the Muppet Show, but like Alice Cooper was a host on the Muppet Show,
Yes.
and Vincent Price was a guest on the Muppet Show or whatever they called them. Um, there's been so many different people that are on the Muppet Show, so it could be anybody. Like it doesn't have to be a Sabrina Carpenter. It can be
Yeah.
anybody. But I liked how they did. I love the skit with like Islands in the Stream, the Dolly Parton song.
Oh my gosh.
Like
Islands in the Stream was
I would
everything.
love Dolly Parton to be on the Muppet the Muppet Show for sure. But like
She'd be amazing.
I watched first a skit with the man child skit and I thought it was awesome. But when that skit happened, it was like the pigs and wigs was good because like of course they got to have a pig skit and it was funny. It's like
The pigs.
like Bridgerton is popular, so it's sort of like a Bridgerton, a
Yeah.
nod towards Bridgerton because everybody like that's the thing. Even younger kids would admire
Yes.
that because of Bridgerton. But the Dolly Parton cover, like the fact like they like there's all the Muppets in the background that they brought in out of the archives or whatever. But like the fact, like with that song, they're in the boat. That they should probably count how many Muppet Show skits have been where someone's in a rowboat, but they're in
Yes.
that rowboat, and like the fish are singing, the plants
Oh.
are singing, the alligator singing. Um, what else is it? There's a turtle singing. Like
Oh my
everybody,
gosh.
the fish are jumping and singing, and Kermit's there with his banjo. Like all of that other stuff didn't have to happen. Like they built a set or whatever they however they do it now. I'm sure if it's a properly built set, like they built all of that and they didn't have to. Like that's what I mean. It's like in true Muppet Show form. Like they didn't
They
they
didn't
didn't cheap out
skimp
on
on
anything.
anything.
They didn't
Yeah.
skimp on anything. Like they could have like just had a close up to those guys in the boat and not went out to all of the
The
singing
other
things. But
Muppets.
that's what the
Yeah.
Muppet Show was like whether they were in a swamp, whether we were in the desert and the pyramids were singing or whatever, the Sphinx were singing, like everything in the screen was participating in the skit, and that's how it happened in that skit. Like it was
It,
like
oh.
the joy was like that was probably the third time as I was watching it where I was like, oh my goodness, like I probably gasped as soon as I saw like those flowers and the fish jumping and singing. I was like, oh my goodness, this is
This
so
is it.
awesome. This is it. This is awesome. Like they did a good job. Like this is what we expect. This is the level, the caliber of entertainment we are expecting as Muppet fan seeing a reboot of the Muppet Show. So
Now, what did you think of Rizzo's skit?
that was so hilarious. So that's another like relevant song. Like that's The Weekend. Like that's a very
Yeah, I know I had to
popular
look that up.
song, right? So like again,
I'd heard
that
it
song.
before, but I didn't know it was like pop
I think I
culture
saw
big.
how you saw the memes about people being in the club
Yeah.
asking for that version of the chicken version. Like I saw people joke and say they wanted that version of the song, the rat version, the Rizzo the rat version of the song. I thought it was awesome. Like I thought it was like that's how they interpret and do something like that. Like it was just something silly and the fact that they had like a Muppet gang a la like Michael Jackson's Bad of rats, a rat
Yes.
gang, dancing and singing. It was awesome. It was
But
totally
it's
awesome.
like with all the different age groups and everything else. So like that one. So I watched it, a couple times, whatever. But then I was talking to my nephew, who him and his girlfriend had watched it, and they've recently been doing all the Muppet shows or whatever. And it's so funny because as soon as I said to him, "So what'd you guys think of the Muppet Show?" He's like, "Oh my gosh, Kaylee and I were killing ourselves at Pigs and Wigs, but she loved like the rat one. Like that was sort of hers. The Rizzo the rat was like everything." So there were different, like everybody kind of had a different favorite part, but they loved the whole thing. He's like, we could not stop laughing. And they're a different generation than us.
Mm.
And they were howling. They loved it.
Well, Rizzo and his Rat Pack have been known for years for dancing. Like they were in the Muppets Take Manhattan. They were in the kitchen. You probably never saw that movie. They're in the kitchen
I
singing.
did see it.
They like to they kind of like to jam together and have a lot of fun. So it was
Oh my
awesome.
gosh.
I really like that. It was good. I like it was like it just everything. It was just such a good. It was like as if there was a like they made a music video and so it's Rizzo
Yeah.
and his and his posse of rats and pigeon and a pigeon.
It's just good, wholesome fun.
Yeah,
Just good, wholesome fun. What did
it
you
was
think
awesome.
about the Janice coming out? Like totally.
Exactly how it should have been. Like that's like again, you could have placed this episode in the middle of like season 3 and it would just fit in properly because that's what happened when backstage like people came out
Right.
and had some crazy thing to say to Kermit or some sort of little blippy thing and that's just what happened and that was and it fit in line like it's just how it should have been.
It
Janice
totally
coming out and
did.
telling him to and of course like she runs away and he's still holding his breath. Perfect Muppet gag. Like that's exactly it. That is exactly it. So it was good.
You're grin. I mean, it's audio, so people can't see, but you are like grinning from ear to ear, like
It's
this.
awesome.
And it's so crazy that it's just like a tease. Like we don't know what's happening
I know.
next.
I know. Such a good thing.
Like, how could they
Like,
even doubt that they just need to put this back on the air? It needs to be a regular series.
yeah. Well, if it doesn't go back on the air, like hopefully people, if they don't do anymore, then people will watch the original Muppet Show. I don't know what else to say. Like, other than because if people like that's what the original Muppet Show is. Just you might not know who the people are singing. Like that's the thing.
Right.
That's the thing why the new Muppet Show might not like because people don't like if the star is one of the big draws. Like a lot of the newer generation wouldn't know who any of the people are on the
Right.
Muppet Show, right? Or wouldn't even recognize them. You'd be like, "That's Elton John," and they'd be like, "No, it's not." And you're like, "Yeah,
Doesn't
it
look
is."
like Elton
Right?
John.
So, but yeah, like it maybe it'll do both. Maybe we'll get lots more episodes or another season or two, and then it'll revive, and people will be watching the old ones because they're so good.
Well, it is so popular though. Like I don't know about you, but all of my social feeds were full of my friends saying how much they loved it. So yes, I saw a couple negative clips online, but none of them were people I know. Everyone that I know said it was hilarious, it was fabulous, and why is there only one? Like when is the next episode coming out? That's basically been the discussion amongst the friends.
Yeah, but like maybe like so much has went into doing the first one. Like, you already, I don't know how this works in the background.
You
I don't
already
know how
have
it
the
necessarily
stage.
works, but like, you've done all this work for the first one. You don't have to do the intro again. They use
Yeah.
it over and over. They just got to change Gonzo at the end. Um,
Yeah, the stage is built, so
or whatever it is. So
the
yeah, they already have all that work done. So
soundtrack's
hopefully,
there.
yeah, hopefully they will get funded to do more episodes.
Like who do we need to beg? Who do we need to
Well,
call?
I think I did see somebody posted how many streams it's had. Like it's been very like in the
It's
first week, like it's been watched a lot. And I think too, like even people that are our age with kids or
yes.
younger, like with kids, and they know of the Muppets, like it's everybody's always looking for things to watch with their children or as a family. So I'm sure, even if they don't love the Muppets as much as I like it, they know the Muppets, so hopefully
Yeah.
they're watching it with their family and maybe it would be something like they could if it's on once a week or once whatever.
It fills a need. Like I don't think there's a lot of shows that are out there right now that are family friendly. You can watch with your kids, but also have like a little bit, a tiny bit of humor that only the adults will get. but that are just fun and silly. Like there's not enough fun and silly stuff on TV.
Yeah, definitely not.
Everyone needs that. Everyone needs a little fun and
Okay, everybody needs
silliness.
some Muppets. That's all I can say.
And Rolf at the beginning. Oh my
Oh
gosh.
my goodness.
As soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, Carrie's done. Carrie's
And you
done.
know what?
There's Rolf.
Even at the end when Kermit's on the stage and he starts to sing a cappella and then Ralph like just starts playing the piano like right there in my heart. I'm like, of course, Ralph, you're there for him because you know what Kermit's gonna do and Kermit's gonna do the right thing. Like so Kermit's starting to sing and then Ralph's right there for him. He's like, I got you, buddy. And he starts playing along. It's the
They were very true to their personalities,
yeah, yeah.
which I loved.
I love Ralph. I love
And
them
Piggy
all.
was
I love
fabulous.
yeah. Miss Piggy was they were all
She was
fabulous.
awesome.
All of them. All of them.
When the pigs, when she's like, "You've got to be kidding me!"
Yeah.
I
In
thought I
Piggy
was gonna
fashion.
die. Thought I was gonna die.
She looks at us and she's like, you gotta be kidding.
It was
Or she's in
awesome.
with his flowing red hair and she looks at us. Like I figured you would have loved when Pepe came out
I
when
did.
when Scooter was like, Piggy. And that's the thing, like I love her, they call her Piggy, right? They're like, Piggy,
Yeah.
there's been a change. We had to swap out your love interest or whatever she. Woo! Well, hello. I wish I could do Pepe, but I
Oh
can't.
my gosh, he was
Can't do any
perfect.
Muppet. I can't do any Muppet voices. So
And there were
yeah,
so many things like when he said, the next person that comes out or I talk to, that's the act I'm, and you knew who was coming. You knew it. It was the perfect, yeah, it was everything. It was
it
everything we
was.
wanted and more.
Watch it like 10 more times today.
I know you're going to have that up on your second screen watching while you're working and it's fantastic. So now it's everything we wanted and now we want the and more.
Yeah.
We just want more. So who do we got to call? Who do we got to beg, borrow and steal
I'm
from?
just gonna keep watching it. I'm gonna stream it 24 hours a day. That's gonna be my part. So
To get the
everybody that's
streams
listening,
up.
just watch it a lot.
So
Watch it a
that's what we
lot.
need. Everybody that listens to us, you got to watch it as many times as you can so that we get the streams up. So that the powers that be know that we love it.
Yeah.
That we love it.
Please. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because we want more. Was there anything else, Carrie, that you wanted to call out that you loved so much about this
I don't
show?
know. Like I could talk about it forever. I think I'm looking at my little notes that I made here. I
Oh,
think I
Bunsen,
probably
Dr. Bunsen
the Muppets
and
Lab,
Beaker.
yeah.
We didn't even talk about that.
Well, and I think too, like Muppets Lab is like kids that go to the park know what Muppet Lab is
Yeah.
because of at Epcot the last couple of years. So I was kind of glad they put that in there because that might add a little bit of extra,
Wait.
relevance for the Disney
Yeah.
park families that may not
Absolutely. It kind of ties it all in.
But it's exactly that skit was exactly the way that it should have been. Like,
I feel
Beaker's
like it
eyes
was there.
popping off and over and
Do
over and
we
over again. And
do we sound like a couple of like I don't know, like is there anything we could say that was negative? Because you don't want to be the people that are just like, "Oh my God, it was so fabulous." But I don't think there's
no,
anything that we can
I don't
say
think
that we
there is.
didn't
And
like.
I've been trying to think like because I have read a few reviews that maybe weren't as favorable as we are. And I've had it's been how long has it been? Like it's been a week,
Yeah.
at least a week. Like
Yeah.
I've had lots of time to think about it and ponder because I am the type of person that needs to think things through a little bit. Like I don't
Yeah.
usually I like to think I like to let things stew in my brain. I've had nothing. Like I keep
Yeah.
watching it and it's totally awesome. Like I can't think that anything
There's nothing.
that's negative. Like it was so needed in my opinion to have the Muppet Show come back for the Muppet fans. Like any little thing, if there is anything, like it doesn't matter. Like because
Yeah.
the good from this
Yeah.
is far, far, far outweighs any if there's anything negative about it.
And there really isn't anything.
And I don't know, like maybe like even I know that there's lots of like I'm not the biggest Muppet fan for sure. Like I know there's people that like live Muppets day in and day out
Right.
and I'm not that that type of Muppet fan necessarily. Like I have an opinion about them or whatever. Like maybe they would think about it in a different way. Like, but for me, I just want joy out of this, and like that's all that it brought. Like it brought me complete
Yep.
joy. So I am so like I don't want any negative in the like for it to make this not happen again. Like there's got to be just
Yep.
positive about all of like positive vibes and energy about this because that's all like it succeeded in that. Like I don't know. I might after this like dig and find some negative things. Not that I would ever like chime back, but like just to like kind of like be like nah and to see
Well, because
if I can
you
glass half full whatever they're saying or flip it around like whatever their opinion
you
is
can.
based on how I feel about it because I think I thought it was
Well,
awesome.
because we always try to be completely objective, but there's literally nothing. We both love this beyond. It was everything. And the world
Hmm.
needs more joy and silliness. This is absolutely what everyone needs.
Hmm.
Everybody just
I
needs some
agree.
laughter and joy and silliness, and it serves such an incredible purpose, and it did it so well. It did it so well. We need
Totally.
more. We need more. Fingers crossed, Carrie.
Hmm.
Fingers crossed. It's
Yeah.
funny. I want to hear from the people that are listening to us what they think of our review because because I think they probably came knowing that we were going to love it. But I want to know if they loved it as much. Although everybody I talk to does.
I think that if people don't like didn't enjoy it or whatever, like I think just by like talking about the like the details of things that made us happy about it, like
Yes.
because then people might understand how or why it brings joy to
Yeah.
people more than others or to a different level of different degree than others, right? Like it's yeah, I
Yeah.
don't think everyone's gonna love it. It's just fun. It's just
It's
fun.
fun.
It's awesome. It's
It is.
awesome.
Oh, well, thank you, Carrie, for your thoughts on the Muppet Show. And maybe we'll send this in to like the executive. We'll send in our podcast episode to the execs at Disney Plus and say we need more Muppets.
More Muppets, please.
We need more.
Yeah. Because this crazy kid on Instagram called Muppet Crazy told us so. I don't think that's
Exactly.
gonna do it. I have a feeling that's not gonna do it.
Yes.
But just
Yes.
keep watching. Keep watching.
Yes, please. And hopefully that does it. Awesome. All right, Carrie, we're at that time of the podcast where we talk about, we each share something that brought us joy or pixie dust this week, aside from the Muppets. But the Muppets did like the joy. So, what is your pixie dust this week? What brought you some joy?
I think I'm gonna keep it Muppet related. Because I had a
Oh,
few
look.
things that I thought, but I think I might keep it Muppet related. I had a little bit of Muppet pixie dust a couple weeks ago when I've been like cleaning my house like crazy. And
Yeah.
I've been missing one DVD from my Muppet Show season three. Like I have one, two, and three. That's what they put out on DVD. My CD from season three that had the Harry Belafonte episode. One of my most favorite Muppet
Yeah.
shows ever. And I have been looking for that CD for years and years and years. I don't know where it went to. Like now I can watch it on Disney Plus, but before
Right.
that I couldn't. So I'd always watch all my Muppet shows on DVD while I was like working or crafting or whatever. Couldn't watch my Harry Belafonte one. And as I was cleaning over the like after Christmas to now, I was like I got piles and piles of stuff to that I'm gonna donate or whatever. And I had
Right.
this box of Christmas CDs, like it's like a tin box that was Christmas CDs. And I like hadn't even seen this box forever. Like it might have been in my crawl space. It might I don't even know. I hadn't seen this box in ever, forever. And I was like putting stuff to decide if I'm gonna get rid of it, whatever. And I open it up, and guess what's at the top of this box? My
Oh,
season three Muppet DVD. So that's a little bit of pixie
yay.
dust. For my other my real pixie dust was that I have a Muppet Show cuckoo clock, and I've had it for a few years. My mom and my aunt gave it to me for my birthday a couple years ago, or maybe quite a few years ago now. And I had it in my kitchen because I just hung it up to hang it up
Right.
because I had nowhere else to put it. And like the battery died in it, and it like I just left it there hanging on the wall. But I redid my kitchen over the holidays, and so I was cleaning up whatever, and I'm like, okay, enough's enough. Like this cuckoo clock's got to come down. I probably took it down before Christmas time. And finally, this week, I got the cuckoo clock put up in my office. So my office is full of Muppet stuff. Like it's pretty much 99% Muppet stuff and then a little bit of Disney stuff. So my Muppet clock is back on the wall. I stare at it right there as I'm working. And every hour it sings the Muppet Show. But the funny part of it is like since it went up, like again, I haven't had batteries in it for a while because when it's in your living room, and the Muppet Show sings all the time, like it's not ideal. Like you could turn it off, but like I don't know, like why would you? It's a Muppet cuckoo clock. It's supposed to do that. My Muppet cuckoo clock currently, it sings the Muppet song 10 minutes after the hour. It doesn't sing at the hour for some reason. Singing it. So every hour, like it's gonna happen 5 more minutes. It's gonna. So what happens? It lights up and it sings the Muppet song every hour on the 10 minutes is when mine is currently working. So I don't know if there's like a dial because it's
there
way
must
up
be
on the
a switch
wall.
or something.
There's a switch to turn it down, but I don't know how you set. I don't know how you set it. But anyways, it's lovely. Like it's a Muppet Show. It's got Statler and Waldorf on the balcony. It lights up. So when at 10 after, it lights up and it sings the song.
At 10 after, I love it.
It brought me a bit of joy. The very first day, I had the volume high, and like it woke me up all night long. And it's my room's next door, so we turned it down. So now it's just and the first day I had it on because it's high. Like I need to get a ladder or a stool to like turn the volume down. So the first day, like I was like taking calls and everything, and like I'm on hold and like talking to somebody when they come through, and like the Muppet song comes, and it was loud, and like I had to apologize that day. I apologized a couple times, and I was like, I might have to pause for a second because my cuckoo clock is singing the Muppet song right now. Okay, so then we turned it down. So now it just kind of like softly sings the Muppet song. So like I think if I was on a call,
right, they might not hear it, but you can.
They might not hear it, but I hear it and I see it. So that was my.
Oh, that's beautiful.
That's my pixie dust for this week. My Muppet pixie dust.
I love it. That's fantastic.
How about you? What's your?
I just realized when you were talking about that, like we didn't even talk about the Waldorf and Statler.
I know they were awesome.
They were amazing. Like all of their quips were right on. That was they were hilarious. What's my pixie dust? Oh, by the time this goes live, I'll actually be in Walt Disney World. So I'm just starting to pack, get ready. I'm not packing. Who are we kidding? I'm just starting to think about packing. But yes, when this goes live, I will be in Walt Disney World, and I'm staying in a resort I have not stayed in probably 15 years. So I am making my return because I've stayed in every resort on property, but now like they get refurbed and stuff. So you got to go back and revisit. So I'm doing a few nights at Disney's All-Star Sports, which should be interesting. I haven't been there in years, so we'll see. I'll have a review when I come back.
Yeah. I think I've stayed there for maybe a night here or there. I think I've stayed at all of them for a night here or there, like before or after something. But I can't say that I know for sure that I've stayed at sports, music, and movies. But I because they kind of like whether you blur them or you forget.
You blur them all together.
These were like pre renovations, like the original. Oh
yes.
But yeah, so yes. Neat. It's comfy. Like all those rooms are comfy. They're all the same comforts, and they're nicely designed now. They've all been renovated, and
so I will have a review when I come back for that one. So that's my pixie dust for the week.
Bon voyage.
Thank you. Well, if you've made it all the way to the end of the podcast, thank you for listening to us, and please leave us a rating and review and send us an email. Tell us what you thought of the Muppets and if you loved it as much as we did, which I'm sure you all did. And our next episode is in a couple of weeks, and we've actually, because it's spoiler alert, we've already pre-recorded it, and we're very excited, because we love to talk about bathrooms. So we got bathrooms coming up again for Walt Disney World. And thank you for listening, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks.
Aloha.
Thanks for listening to the Pixie Dust Fan Podcast. We hope you enjoyed the episode.
Make sure you're following us on your favorite podcast player so you'll get a new episode every week. And find us on social media too. We'd love to hear from you.
Till next time, remember, you are never too old to be young. Chase your dreams and design your own happily ever after.